Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 999 Gaming, and this is The Walking Dead Wednesday Walker Edition 9:30. This is something we're going to try to start doing every week if possible, a midweek update for all of you guys. I know we have Sunday spoilers, we do recaps, we do live chats, a little bit of everything. So if this is something you guys will be able to participate in on a regular basis, then we'll keep on doing this thing. So let's start it out. I got a few stats I'll give to you guys in a little bit. And, man, I already got somebody I have to block in like the first 5 seconds. Hold on, Wild Pro. Don't scroll up. We got to get rid of you. There you go. I hate doing that, like literally in the first couple seconds and then gone. Anyway, what's up? Moody Girl, good to see you. Tyler Johnson, Tyler White, Geekdom, Maria Verdugo. Hey, Maria. I hope we're all hooked up if the Google Play card worked out for you. Angela G has taken a break from making tacos to come join the live stream. Thank you for being here. Ryan Moore, Howell Cobb, and a whole bunch of other people. I'll get to all these shout outs just in a couple seconds. So stat that I want to give you guys getting started out, and then we'll lay some of the ground rules here. So the other night we did the episode 9 Rockin' the Road recap and live stream after Talking Dead. Almost 18,000 people have watched that video. There were several thousand that were watching simultaneously. So all of your comments, everything that you guys do is really getting noticed. So more and more people are watching those live streams. So that's why I wanted to kind of branch it out a little bit and do a little something during the week. So what's up? I see some familiar faces up in here. What's up, Late Night? Good to see you. So what we're going to do in this Wednesday Walker edition is we'll talk a little bit about what happened last week. I mean, we're going to gloss over it because we already talked about it in a recap, but we'll talk about any new revelations or things that we found out. You know, like maybe we see somebody in the back of a car or something. And we're also going to talk a little bit of spoilers for this coming up episode as well. So what's up, Stacks, the beatbox? The box breaker? Oh, I thought you were beatboxing. I was about to beatbox, but you're the box breaker. So it must be like ninja skills or something. So awesome, man. Good to see. Hey, I'm not going to forget you, man. I don't see him. Have any of my moderators showed up yet? I might have to grab some new ones. King Noisy says, kill off Sasha. So here's a little bit of, I set what we're going to talk about. That's the agenda. But kind of the ground rules here. I'm going to read your questions. So if you guys type something in chat, it's kind of like talk radio. You're not going to get a whole bunch of fancy graphics and all that stuff. It's just basically, you know, we talk about a topic or I'll see something that you write. I'll call you out. If you guys, we got 60, 70 people here already. If you guys could once again just drag the mouse over to the right side of the screen, slap the like button, and then we'll get this thing going. And when the video goes live, once again, about 15, 20 minutes after we cut it off and we stop, if you guys go over there, leave some comments as well. And definitely if you want to see some future episodes, that would be great. So earlier today, we got some things going on. I did a comic book reading. Hopefully you guys checked that out. And I got 2 videos earlier today that are live. So we talked a little bit about that sneaky smile that Rick had. That video was really generated by all of your chat on Sunday night because so many people kept asking about it. That's why I felt inclined to do it. And then, of course, I did the video with the complete spoiler as well. So, what's up? Damper Grim Reaper. So, get the questions going, and we'll talk about a few things here. Just with the mods, if you guys, in order to qualify for the mod consideration, just message me on Kick. That way we don't really slow the stream down and talk about it on here. So, Sean's like, hey, you liked the video like really early, so thank you. Yusuf, what are you talking about? Yusuf just came in here and told someone to shut up. I guess he's talking to me, maybe. I don't know. But you're kind of in my stream, so I guess you're going to have to probably leave. Maybe. So let's see. Let's get some conversation. I don't know. I'll zone in on like one person sometimes. You guys know. Howell. The Kick is Kilzhot. Hunter Miller. Does Benjamin die this episode? Nope. Does not. Yusuf, come on, man. Stop spamming. Just get out. Why are you like messing with people? Okay, there we go. You know, coming into someone's chat where they're talking and telling them to shut up is like going into Domino's and telling them not to serve pizza. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? So, okay, this week, let's talk a little bit about, hopefully you guys saw the video. What do you think about Rick in the Pit? And we'll throw a topic out there and just have a few people. Thank you, Jamie. See, I like comments like that. The nice comments I'm going to recognize. The mean comments I'm just going to gloss over. Jill Linsalato. It's going great. Glad that you're here. I'm just trying to follow some of the chat here. Let's see. Carl wants to know, who do you hate in the show? I hate all those like lackeys. I mean, I didn't hate Fat Joey. Wasn't a big fan of Fat Joey. Hate the heavy metal dude. I hate the Polaroid guy, and I hate Dirty Davy. That's like my big three that I hate. So the Kit Gaming is excited to see Rick battle. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice epic showdown. Yeah, see that dude right there is that crazy guy. That dude is, usually I'm pretty nice, but I'm just going to block him. That's this idiot that plays Walking Dead Road to Survival, and he's just a complete moron in the game, and he's a moron in the chat as well, too. But, you get people like that. Chris, don't you have somewhere to be, man? Really? Is your life just that sad that you drop into a stream and just type racist comments? I mean, I'm just curious. There's some people so starved for attention. I just don't get it. I need to get that kid some help, like some psychiatric help. All right. We were just really sidetracked with some crazy people today. I don't know what it is. I guess maybe Wednesday was not the best idea. It brings out some of the psychos. Whatever. Okay, so back on topic here. Rick in the Pit and Richard's master plan. So two things that we're going to talk about. And then I can give you guys some spoilers from a couple weeks out. I don't want to harp on it too much. But some of the questions have been asked. They won't be addressed for a couple weeks. Like next week, we're not going to see really the group. It's going to be shifting back to Eugene and also to Dwight. Yep, no doubt. Exactly. Jill, well said. Just move on. Just ignore those people. Let's get back to The Walking Dead, people. Let's get what we came here to talk about. Tyler Johnson, do you think the governor looks like Danny in the comics? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Question, will you ever play Telltale's The Walking Dead? King Noisy. I play it quite a bit. I played all Season 1, all Season 2, and the first couple episodes of Season 3. The Chronic, what's going on, Chronic? Good to see you. So P. Diddy is excited for Eugene. Weird Walking Dead Theories wants to know, what's your favorite Abraham quote? Pick one. I don't know. I think everything Abraham said was hilarious. I miss that dude, man. I don't know that I have a favorite. Just like anything he said cracked me up. So that question's been asked many times. So the Kit Gaming wants to know, who would I be if I was in The Walking Dead? And usually what I do is like ask that to my subscribers, and they just give me all random stuff. Like they say I'm going to be Judith or somebody really, really wacky. So Jamie Jordan, Eugene has big sneaky plans. You think kills? I do. Well, let's not say I think. Let's say I hope, because that is one part of the spoiler that I don't have the info on Eugene yet. I know Eugene blends, but I just got some wild predictions with Eugene. I can see his character going down one of two different paths. I can see him actually shifting and becoming loyal to Negan, and possibly pulling out some of Negan's dirty work, or I can see him just being real sneaky. and sabotaging them. You have to give me a couple weeks on that one. BK, what's up? Hey, BK says he loves the channel, and hey, just want to thank you for being here. You guys make the channel. We got an awesome, awesome group. Let's see. Does Eugene come back? What do you mean come back? Does he come back to Alexandria, like back to Rick's side? I don't know. I don't have info on that yet. I only have spoiler info up to episode number 15. So I'm still waiting some information on 16. Yeah, Lindsay, here's the thing though. We do want Eugene to grow a pair, but I don't want him to. That could work one of two different ways. He might actually grow a pair and start siding with Negan. I mean, maybe Negan's group will bring something out of him. I cannot help you with your homework, Tyler. Sean, do you think the man that's in the back seat of the car? Yeah, the guy in the back seat of the car is the one that took Father Gabriel, and he is with the Garbage Pail Group. I think it's probably going to be Brian. There's Jadis, Tamiel, and Brian are supposed to be the big three. Well, welcome, Carl. I'm glad you and your mother both are part of the live stream. So thank you for being here. Logan, thank you. Let's see. Let's talk a little bit about and hopefully this is not spoiling it for you guys. We will talk spoilers. So spoiler alert. Daryl and Carol reunion. So this is going to be a little bit dicey, and I know it happens, but as far as the events that lead up to it, and I made a prediction earlier in a video that I think that Richard will lead Daryl to Carol, thinking, okay, like, hey, play it cool. This is the person. This is where we're going to be, and does not know that Daryl and Carol are familiar with each other. And I guess I'm going to have to go back and watch. I think the conversation between Rick, someone had brought it up in a previous video and said, well, how could Richard not know about that relationship? Because Rick and Daryl walked up to Morgan and were basically talking to Morgan. So they know him. And if they know, I mean, that's a little bit of the gray area, because if they know that Morgan brought in Carol, Richard knows that, then that kind of makes the theory a little bit not substantiated 100%. We'll see. We'll have to see how that plays out. When I first heard the Richard sabotage theory, I got to be honest with you, it kind of took me back a little bit, like, how's he going to pull this off? And I'm still waiting to see how it's going to work. But it's kind of like when I saw the Rock in the Road, or I saw the Roadblock. I was trying to figure out the timetable, like, well, how do they see the sanctuary over there if they're on their way to the kingdom? But it was actually when they were on the way back from the kingdom. So Cecilia wants to know, what do you think the final, the season finale, how's it going to end? Something related to Sasha. I don't think it's going to end as far out as All Out War. I think there could be, Dirty Davy could be involved. I've got limited details on episode 16, but it's probably going to be 2 hours. Sasha may die. She may not die until the first episode of next season. Either way, I don't think it's going to be a major cliffhanger. Like, will Sasha die? I think, she may have a bag over her head. They may stab her, whatever the case may be. It's not going to be anything like the lineup. No, I think if she dies, she's going to be stabbed. The real question that I have, and that goes back to Eugene, could Eugene possibly take part in Sasha's death? And that would really make Eugene an arch enemy. Leo was typing something like really angry a little bit ago. Leo, I just see the stream pop up. I mean, by the time I finish one question, there's like 10 other questions. So you're just going to have to chill out there, bud. Tyler White wants to know, will Dwight betray Negan? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's betrayal at this point. Is he going to leave Negan? Is he going to be done with the whole situation? Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's a good question. You know, whether he'll give them intel or whether he just needs a, I guess the word sanctuary is a bad word, but he just needs to be somewhere away from them. So, yeah, let's go with betrayal. I think he'll betray him. Yeah, Damper, that's a theory I threw out there a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's really hit the internet yet. I mean, if it happened, it would be kind of amazing, right, if Eugene killed Sasha. I don't know that I've heard it anywhere else, but it may be because it's so far-fetched it might not happen. But it would definitely, shows Eugene's went over the deep end and also changed. So, Crystal, thank you for being here. Appreciate nice comments. So let's discuss that for a little bit. And when this happens, there's going to be a lot of comments. So if I don't get to a second question, how do you guys see the season finale ending? Let's say, all right, let me give you these details. So in episode 14, I think it's 14. Okay, here, let me roll it back a little bit further. So I did a video earlier this week called Rosita Cold as Ice. And everybody is kind of on board. Rosita she's out there. She's quick, she's abrupt, she's bitter, all of the above. She hates the world. And there is some intent to that. It was so obvious what the writers were doing in episode number 9. Anything that someone said, she snapped back at them. So take yourself out of, the diehard fan at the moment that just, oh, I hate Rosita, I hate what she's saying, and put yourself into the storyline and the plot. Why are they doing this? And she's been kind of snippy before, but not to this degree. So anytime they do this, they're setting you up for the next thing. All right? So with that being said, Rosita is going to have to crawl back to Sasha, and I think it's going to happen around episode 13. She's going to approach Sasha at Hilltop and say, let's go on a mission. And that's where the two of them really start to bond. So, the whole thing, like, just because we had sex with the same dead guy doesn't make us friends. Well, Rosita's going to swallow her pride, and then she's going to go ask Sasha for help. And then when she asks Sasha for help, it's going to be girl power. It's going to be renegade mission. They're going to set cars on fire. They're going to kill walkers. They roll across some saviors. They're going to kill some saviors. So all is going good. You got, like, the dynamic duo there. And then what happens? One gets captured, one doesn't. So Rosita will not get captured. Sasha actually gets captured. Rosita can't get into the sanctuary. So how Rosita's storyline is going to play out after that is, to me, she may start to become more humble. And I think that's, these writers are always trying to get us into the characters' minds. Now, once Sasha gets locked up in there, several things can happen. One, there will be an advance by Dirty Davy. That's going to happen. But will Eugene be witness to it and turn the other cheek? I mean, think about that. Eugene's there. He's starting to enjoy his life, and he sees, Dirty Davy making a move on Sasha. For him to walk away from that would cause us as the audience to hate Eugene. It would show that he's turned to the other side. If Eugene turns Sasha in, if she gets captured because of him, evidently Sasha comes up to try to rescue Eugene and maybe says, I don't want it. Hey, by the way, guards over here, take her. Then he's going to be responsible, so you're going to hate Eugene once again. Or, is Eugene helpless in that situation and she gets caught because of him and he can't do anything? So I could see really 3-4 different things happening with Sasha. But I don't think she's going to have a degrading type of death. I got a feeling she'll kill Dirty Davy and then she'll get captured. I think she's going to go out with a bang. So anyway, that's kind of my whole Eugene drama. I think there's just going to be huge storyline around that. Or there you go, Sean. Eugene will be forced to kill her. I mean, that could be. You know, is Eugene the type of person that would give his own life for somebody else? And I think Lindsay Luke said it just a little bit ago. No, he's a weasel. Okay, Tyler, yes. If you can stop with the icicles. It was. So this week was a musical theme thing. I have more videos we're doing, but Rosita was cold as ice. Rick is happy. Maybe a video coming out about the Walker slice. Slice, slice, baby. And you know, Rosita's cold as ice. She's willing to sacrifice our love. Yeah, I was just feeling musically inclined. And if you guys watch the Walking Dead Road to Survival, you know the couple crates. I don't know how many of you guys actually do that. So Tyler, you can stop. I answered your question. It's foreigner reference. Please stop with the snowflakes. Thank you. I can't see everybody else's questions. If you guys watch Walking Dead Road to Survival, you'll know that their theme was Love Hurts. So a little bit of Nazareth, or you guys probably seen the Band-Aid commercial or whatever. Anyway, yes. Next question. Yes, rhetorical. Yeah, there's a fine line between getting noticed and being obnoxious, so just don't cross that line. Oh, we got fire. Do you know if they're going to talk about the hanging guy? No, I don't think so. But yeah, I did see Tyler. I saw your comment on one of the videos with that, and I didn't get a chance to answer it. I'm a little bit behind. Gage, really? Kills, why are you so awesome? Because you're awesome. This is a big boat. I'm just steering the boat, and you guys are the engine that makes this thing work. So, awesome group of people here. Appreciate you guys being here. He did. Eugene did speak up about the bullets. And that's what makes me hesitant. But he's going to be brainwashed a little bit. I mean, it's a different life. So, what's the word I'm looking for? Foreshadowing, the predictor. What did you guys think about Rick the Predictor? And people are probably like, what are you talking about? How ironic was it that Rick did the Rock in the Road story, and then it played out almost exactly the way he told him. He used the rock in the road in order to get Ezekiel to see his point of view. And then sure enough, they're driving down the road, and there's a roadblock in the road, and they actually get out of the car, they take a look at it, and his bag of gold was the dynamite and the RPGs. Worked out perfectly. Yeah, you know, there's going to be Apple Carpool Karaoke. You know, one day we'll do, I've promised you guys we're going to do this at some point. It's going to happen. We'll do Killshot Karaoke. Or some rock band or something like that. It'll be bad, but it'll be fun at the same time. Lauren, I'm sure there's a comment somewhere. I just read the last comment. So, hey, it's Lauren. I'm noticing you. And believe me, do you guys know when we did that live stream the other night, there were literally, by the time it stopped, I think 1,600. It's hard to get to every question. So you guys know the ground rules. Come on. When the video goes live, if I don't answer your question, type the question, and then we'll get somebody to answer it. Kyle Hughes. Kills. You think there would be more walkers this episode? Yeah, someone was complaining, right? There wasn't enough walker killing, or there wasn't enough violence. You know, sometimes you got to take an episode off and not kill walkers, and they killed enough in the last one. I mean, there was at least 1,000 they clotheslined. Carmen 999 T-shirts. Yes, it's in the pipeline. It's on the agenda. Let's see. Jill, is the Dwight house in the next episode? It's not in this week's episode. It's going to be in episode 11. Episode 11 is going to focus on Eugene and also Dwight's issue, whatever he finds in the house. I think there could be a strong chance that maybe Dwight finds out from Sherry that she helped Daryl before Negan finds out. Luis wants to know if I like Rishon. I'm accepting to any relationship that's on there. I don't like the relationships or dislike them. I think it's just a part of. So yeah, they're fine. They're fine together. Kills, do you think Rick took the paper from Spencer that had the Latin where he found the supplies? If he did, the question is, can Rick read Latin? Who would be able to read Latin? Muse, what's going on, Muse? I think Morgan is right about capturing Negan, not killing him entirely. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Morgan built the cell in order to do that, so he is a little partial, right? But yeah, that cell will come into play at some point. So, Sailing Blue, I don't feel Rishon. So I will tell you that in episode 12, in 3 weeks, there will be some more Rishon sexy time. So look forward to that. Might be semi-hardcore. So the Chronic, do you think Cindy and Tara will have a relationship? I don't think so. I mean, who knows? Who knows what could happen in a couple seasons? It's not like the comic where they bounce from relationship to relationship. I think, you know, here it takes a little bit more time. I think it's harder to do that in the TV show. I do know, well, I don't know, but it's rumored that I think it's in, maybe it's episode 12, that we will find out Jesus's, well, is it Jesus's or Jesus? Or just whatever. I think if it's multiple, whatever, Jesus's sexual orientation, we will find out. I don't know who, if we'll find out because he has a boyfriend or because he's with somebody, but there is a rumor that that will be discussed or alluded to at some point. Just a rumor. Rosewood Apocalypse, will Eric betray the group? I've heard that. Would he betray the group in order to try to save Aaron? If he does, I hope he gets bitten. It's a good question. Well, I mean, in the comic he is. Yeah, Jesus is gay in the comic book, and I haven't read that far in advance. I just know from doing research. All right, so we'll move on to a different topic. Do you think that Negan finally does? Do you think Maggie? That's a good question, Stax. I don't think Maggie's going to shove Lucille anywhere. It's a good concept, though. Atlanta, I don't know about Daryl. Wow, so many different theories. One person saying Eric will get bitten. One person saying Eric will kill himself. Another person saying Eric's a traitor. See, that's the thing. That's what's fun about doing these streams. You just never know. Ian. What's up, Ian? Chris Balanza. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hey, Stacks, it's a fair question. I guess they could go like spoon mode with Michonne and the governor, except with Lucille. That would be a little bit more painful. It's okay, Tyler. Now that you're down to 4 snowflakes, we forgive you. Yeah, Eric hadn't really done much. Tobin hasn't really done much. There's a few people. Will Greg die in All Out War? Gregory, I hope Gregory. I wouldn't miss him at all. Yeah, I mean, I know the comic book, some of the comic book deaths. I do like that they just switch them up, though. That's what I think would be awesome about. But think about how awesome it would be if Eugene actually did join Negan, because it'd blow people away. And there's a lot of people in Rick's group, and there's a lot of us fans that don't even like Eugene anyway, so he wouldn't be missed. I was never a big Eugene fan. I was a Eugene and Abraham fan, but not just like a Eugene fan. Now that Abraham's gone, whatever. But they got to do something a little drastic to mix it up, so we don't just read the comics and say, "Oh, I know what's going to happen." Cecilia wants to know, do you miss Glenn and Abraham? I miss Abraham. I was not super attached to Glenn. However, I will tell you this. As I read the comic books, I'm getting more attached to Glenn, so I can see why people liked him. TV show, he wasn't one of my favorite. I didn't like him or dislike him, I guess. But now that I'm reading the comic, I am getting more attached to Glenn's character. So Eric wants to know, will Negan be put in Morgan's cell next season? Next season? I don't know. You know, it may drag out a little bit. Maybe season 9. Exactly. You can't go by the comics. And I'm glad you can't. It's really cool for me, though, reading the comics after I've watched the TV show. I mean, it's better. Because I'm just shocked at the character differences. Matthew wants to know, what is going on with Father Gabriel? So, let's talk about that a little bit. Because I'm not usually very critical of The Walking Dead and the writers. And, well, okay, remind me, we'll get back to Father Gabriel. Because I'm about to do something somebody asked me to do. So I've gotten several requests to do a Walking Dead rating. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in watching. If at the end of the episode, I basically just did a couple bullet points, not the same day. So, all right, the episode streams or it's on television. Then we do our live stream afterwards. We talk about it, do a couple recaps, that type of thing. And then somewhere, maybe Tuesday, whatever, do a Walking Dead rating of 1 out of 10. You know, I thought this was action for an 8, those type of things. I mean, if it's not something you guys would be interested in, I don't want to do it. I'll just do it kind of, we'll just talk about it during one of the other streams. Because I don't want to be super critical and act like I'm above the writers. And sometimes when you do a rating, it can come across that way, like, okay, well, I think the writers should have did this, should have did that. And thank you, Kevin. Luis Diaz. Okay, well, Sharon's interested in watching that, so. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to do it now because I like to look for little clues and little hints, and I love the cliffhanger, so let me start by saying that. So I would have given that a really high rating, even though a lot of people didn't. So my opinion may be a little bit different. So Father Gabriel being kidnapped by the Garbage Pail Kids, and that's what's going to happen. So somebody asked about that a little bit ago. I don't like the way they wrote that. So, as I said before, I'm usually not very critical of the writers. To me, it was like a mini cliffhanger that wasn't even necessary. Okay, if you're going to show somebody's head pop up out of the back seat and, oh, okay, he got taken. Taken by who? We see the binoculars. We see the person's boots. They jump down. And then you see Father Gabriel up on guard duty. Then you see him walk across the courtyard and then moving stuff. How hard would it have been just to show the person behind him, like, get a move on? So to me, it was like unnecessary writing that did not need to happen. We didn't need the suspense because it's going to make it a little bit kind of not corny, but too convenient. I'd rather just had some clue that was a little bit more obvious. You guys asked, so you get kind of the honest opinion. But I don't think we need a cliffhanger every single week. I just think that can be devoted to something else. What's up, my boon? Cornelius Jones. Who's going to be the next major character to die this season? Well, Sasha, obviously, but I would not be surprised. I could see Morgan go soon. Speculation has it that Morgan kills Richard. So, what episode are we in? Let's fast forward, and we'll talk about this in some future episodes. So the plan to get the Saviors to attack Carol is going to fall. So we are going to meet again. We are going to do the produce thing again. And poor little Benjamin is going to be in a bad situation. And I think because Benjamin gets killed, Morgan observes it, and I don't have this 100% down, but it's from some fairly reliable sources. They think Morgan will go into beast mode, and when Benjamin dies, Morgan goes into crazy mode and kills Richard. Now, if that happens and Morgan becomes a wild card, all bets are off. Morgan could die at any point after that. Because there it is, right? Glenn kills, Glenn dies. When Morgan goes back to a point where he's crazy mode again, he's done. The character's on borrowed time. So Alana wants to know about Heath. I think they're giving Heath some time to do his other thing and then figuring out whether or not they want to bring him back or they don't want to bring him back. And I really think this that PPP symbol is just something that Gimple knows that might have to do with his outside work, outside career. I think it's just something silly he threw in there at that point. Whether or not they're going to write it into the show still remains to be seen. We'd forget about it eventually, right? Or we'd bring it up here or there. Muse, what do you mean? Like what type of happiness? He is happy. He's perfectly content. He's living out that happiness right now. Things are good. Training Benjamin. He's got a little protege. When Benjamin goes, he's treating Benjamin like his son. When he goes, crazy mode Morgan, and it's over. He's not going to go happy, sad, happy, sad. It's done. Look at Sean Cobras. This live stream is better than Talking Dead. That's what I'm talking about. That's because all of you guys are here. I noticed that comment just popped up. Big Boss Monster, what's going on? So several new people jumped in the chat. A couple hundred people have been back and forth. Once again, if you guys could slap the like button, that would be awesome before you leave. And we'll get to a few more questions. And if I miss your question, it's not intentional. I'm just kind of reading them as they come up. As I see, hey, it's Lauren with a frown. Yeah, Alana, I got to tell you, I'm not a real enthusiastic about Fear the Walking Dead either. It has its moments. But Eagle Eye Cherry. Hey, you missed everything. We're going to save tonight just for you. Well, hey, Chris is doing some Xfinity commercials. Say 3 Dog. Why am I saying 3 Dog? Thanks, Bluegrass. I appreciate that. Alexiana, notice me. Will Morgan and Carol ever go back to Alexandria? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know that Morgan's going to make it back to Alexandria. I do think Carol will. Because Morgan will supposedly kill Richard after Benjamin's death, and then Morgan will go tell Carol about Glenn and Abraham, because Daryl's going to meet with Carol this week. And when Daryl meets with Carol, he doesn't tell her everything. So Morgan will go back and tell her, and then Carol will actually go to Ezekiel and convince Ezekiel to fight. And we know this to be true. Carol's actually seen in some knight's gear. She's been photographed in that. So I could see Carol going back to Alexandria. Because Tobin's still there. So, you know, maybe there's some future. Kelly, welcome to the stream. I cannot even attempt to pronounce your last name. Gollenziner? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I gave it my best shot. But appreciate you being here live. Some people listen to it in the morning. You know, they just turn this on and like they're driving to work, and this is like their morning broadcast. Yep. Lindsay, that embrace is going to happen this week. So I don't know if it's going to be quite as teary-eyed as the bro hug between Rick and Daryl, but it might be. We'll do it next stream, like on our After Talking Dead. We'll rate it. We'll figure out which was a more passionate hug, Daryl's hug with Rick or Daryl's hug with Carol. Derek Roberts watched 6 months, and hey, Derek, if you won $10 on one of my live streams, then you owe me like $5, so you can just mail it to me. Let's see. Golan Zinir. Okay, I think I can do that. I won't remember it. Kelly Golan Zinir. That's tough. But thanks for enunciating it for me. I need some help. Lauren, I'm definitely going to read that comment. I have no idea what it means. So Lauren says, "Sell me to a goat, please." See, I got that one. I don't know if you said anything prior to that. Joey Price, what's up, Joey? J-Dog, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Jordan wants to know, who do you think will be the one to convince Oceanside to join forces with them? All right, first of all, let me say I don't know that Oceanside joins forces with them. We do know that Tara will tell the group and they go to Oceanside, but evidently there is some resistance, and they may just steal their weapons. So I don't know if all those ladies from Oceanside are actually going to join in. Still waiting on some confirmation for that. Kills, do you think Carl and Negan will become close? I don't. I think that ship has already sailed. Not going to happen. Yeah, Muse, I didn't. I just saw that comment, but I didn't see your previous comment of why. Sorry, I mean, my screen is streaming really, really fast. I'll see like one comment, and then you guys will type something else, and I might see the third or the fourth one. So I did not see your explanation of that. Sorry. So someone wants to know, do you think Daryl will ever have a woman? Good question. I have no idea. Maybe. Maybe Rosita at some point. I mean, look, in the comics, it was Eugene and Rosita. Let's throw something really, really crazy out there. Spencer's gone. Abraham's gone. The people on the TV show, they just don't jump in bed with the next person right away. In the comics, it's, from what I'm seeing, is it's really, really fast. So let's say the Eugene-Rosita relationship never happens. It could still happen. I mean, maybe Eugene grows up a little bit. Maybe he sabotages Negan and then goes back to Alexandria in end of season 8, something like that. But what if Eugene stays on the dark side? I could see Daryl and Rosita, possibly. Yeah, I don't know that the Daryl and Carol thing is going to happen. Tobin's a wild card for that still, isn't he? You guys, see, I see all the Rosita hate coming out right now. Don't judge these characters based on... Well, okay, Rosita did jump right away. That's a good point. Spencer. But I see all the Rosita hate coming out. These writers can manipulate us in a hurry. And in a couple episodes, there's going to be people on the Rosita fan wagon all over again. Because she's going to go to Sasha. I mean, look, even at the episode 8, when Rosita and Sasha looked at each other and they nodded, everybody was like, oh, great, they made up. And they're ready to forgive her. And now, you know, she goes through this one episode where the writers write some bad dialogue and then they hate her again. 2 weeks from now, when she goes to Sasha and apologizes and they go out like gangbusters killing people, you'll accept her a little bit more. It's the way it works on this show. So Kelly wants to know, do I think Carol and Negan will come face to face? I do, at some point. See, there's Team Rosita coming out. It is. It's a very touchy subject for me because I like her character. But there's a lot of people that don't like her character. But I saw some hashtag Team Rosita. Sometimes when I don't like somebody that I like, okay, let me see if I can say this the right way. When they're forcing me to like somebody that I don't like, I have to take a step back from it and say, it's a TV show. I'm still going to like them. I can't get too immersed into it. Chris, she is as cold as ice. Crystal Thomas, you think Rosita is pregnant? No, I don't. With Spencer's baby? Please, no. Oh, no. That's all we need is a baby Spencer running around. That would be the worst thing to ever happen on the show. Spencer Espinoza. Yeah. We're going to leave that one alone. Will Daryl leave the kingdom? Yes. Daryl will leave the kingdom. Daryl actually goes to Hilltop and almost gets caught at Hilltop, I think, in episode 14. He and Maggie almost get caught. Howell Cobb wants to know, when will Dirty Davy be killed? I'm going to say 16. I'm going to say he's going to die. So I think Sasha's going to kill him. Hey, Spencer had guts. They were there the whole time. T Productions. Is Carl and Enid going to become a thing? I think they're already a thing. If you roller skate with someone, that pretty much means you're a thing in my book. I'll go Pulp Fiction on you guys. Remember, it's like I've given a lot of ladies a lot of foot massages, and they all meant something. So I think you do roller skating with somebody, it definitely means something. Do you think Richard will sell Daryl out? No, Richard's not going to sell Daryl out. Daryl's going to beat the crap out of Richard. It's going to be bad. That was, if you guys saw the video I did a couple hours ago, that's my prediction. I'm going to say that the blood on the wall is Daryl. It's either Daryl's hand after he beat Richard, or it's Richard touching his face and then stumbling in. Richard's going to get a beat down. But Jesse, that's the thing. You like Richard right now, but the writer is going to manipulate you, and you're going to see how sneaky Richard is. Hey, hey, hey. Dude says, why are there ads on a stream? What do you mean, why are there ads on a stream? What kind of question is that? You better watch those ads and enjoy them and click them and eat some popcorn and watch them again. Talking about my ads in the stream. Sometimes they're Walking Dead ads or Walking Dead video ads. Brother's got to get paid now. Come on. Rick's hand? What do you mean Rick's hand? Rick ain't ever losing his hand on the TV show. Well, Nikki Nicole can't stand Richard already, so it's going to make it a whole lot easier when he actually betrays everybody. So if you don't like him now, you're really not going to like him soon. Yeah, I think Shiva and Daryl, that's going to be a little bit of the trust. I mentioned that in a previous video I did too. Ezekiel's so attached to that tiger that when Shiva bonds with Daryl, I think that's going to mean something to him. I know it sounds simple, but I think Ezekiel, he's a person that's going to need multiple layers, layers of convincing, and that's just going to be one more thing to sort of push him into the war. Carol's going to be part of that. Benjamin's death's going to be part of that. And yeah, if animals trust somebody, you feel good about it. I don't want to see Shiva die. I like Shiva. I don't think William Woods wants to know, is the bloody handprint from Rick? I don't think so. I think it's either Daryl or Richard. Could be Daryl touching. It could be Richard touching his face after he gets beat down. Stumbling in. Because I definitely think it's at the kingdom. It looks like one of those kingdom rooms. Thank you, Maria. Appreciate that. Christoph. Hey, just joined the stream by accident, and I have an unanswered question about Eugene going rogue. Will they go with a return to Eugene or formulate a plot? We've discussed that a little bit. I'll address it really, really quickly, but you can watch the playback. We don't know. I mean, there's so many things that Eugene can do at this point. I think Eugene is going to become a little bit more manly. He's going to toughen up a little bit. But the act of betrayal is something, it's 3 or 4 different options right now. Eugene turns evil. It would be a great plot twist. Not from a fan's, from a true fan's perspective, I think. Not from the hardcore Rick, lovers out there. Or Eugene can stay cowardly and turn his back. He could stay true to form, turn his back on Sasha. Or he could become deceptive and actually trick Negan. anybody's call at this point. Hey, Lauren, do you think Maggie's baby is a boy or a girl? Well, if they go comics, it's definitely going to be a boy. It's going to be Baby Herschel. So I'm going to stay with that. I think that's one of the things in the comics they will keep the same. But comics is going to be a baby boy. Who knows? And everybody, we've got about 3 to 4 more minutes, so I'm going to take 1 or 2 questions. I'll try to get to as much stuff as I can. Let me make a couple announcements before we get to the last couple questions. So first of all, if you guys are all for this, this is going to be something we're going to do. It's like a midweek checkup. We're going to call it the Wednesday Walkers. We got to have some corny, clever, catchy name, all of the above. So that'll be kind of our group, right? We'll just be hanging out on Wednesdays. I needed something that was like 2 W's, so it just kind of flowed. So 9:30 Wednesday nights. I want to try to commit to a schedule for you guys. I know it's been very random with some of the live streams in the past, but appreciate all you guys doing this. I love doing the live streams. It's all about your ideas, your communication, your chat. Every once in a while we do get one wild card that says, hey, I've been on for an hour and you never got to my question. I'm trying to get to whoever I can, so I'm not trying to omit anybody. Just keep asking without spamming and we'll get to them eventually. If we don't, when the video goes live, leave it in the comments there and somebody will watch it. But this is really a chance for us to grow this community. It's not about me doing it. It's about all of us just sort of building it and interacting together. I'm just happen to be the person reading the comments. So appreciate everything that you guys are doing. We'll continue to do the Spoiler Sundays as well, and definitely the real big one is the recap that we do after Talking Dead. That's the only one that will probably shift times from time to time because sometimes they'll do an hour and a half, sometimes they'll do an hour and 10 minutes, sometimes they'll do 2 hours. So we've done streams on that as late as 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. So appreciate all of you guys being here. So 1 or 2 more questions and then we'll wrap the stream up because it's hard to talk for an hour and read a whole bunch of questions. So we keep this thing rolling. It's like just flowing. So Gage wants to know, do you think Rick could beat Negan in a fist fight? It depends. I think it depends on who had the most motivation and the most incentive. There's some times that Negan has looked very angry, and I thought he could beat Rick down, but there's some times that Rick has been kind of that spiteful Rick. That anger kicks in and that adrenaline. Never know. I think you go 50-50. Depends on what the motivation is. T Production says, kills. I only watch ads for you, bro. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Stephen Baker. And tell you what, since we got a minute left, here we go. 1 more question, and it'll be the last question. I'm going to do a whole bunch of shout-outs to all the people that are in there, and that will be as quick as possible. If I screw up your name, nothing I can really do about it. Not a question. Well, quick question. Yo Mama says, why did Gabrielle leave? He was forced to leave. He was kidnapped. He was hijacked. So, Average, sup? I'm sick here. Hey, well, I hope you feel better, man. Get better. Get better soon. One more question. Big Boss Monster. If you guys don't know about the popsicle shout out, I'll have to explain it in a future video. But Big Boss Monster asked first. So, Big Boss Monster, you are like a popsicle on a hot summer day. And last question is, King Noisy, how will Rick react to the traitor? Depends on who the traitor is. That was kind of a simple answer. Let's get one more. And thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that support. You know, I hear stuff like people watch other channels and they come here for the live streams. That's just really awesome. It shows that all you guys are just a part of this, and I appreciate that. So, last question, Six Side Sports. Will we see a flashback involving Richard's past? No, we won't. Richard will be phased out very soon. They're not going to develop his character that much. So, that is it, everybody. We're going to close the stream down. This is Wednesday Walkers, brand new group. We'll start doing this every Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to be here, mark your calendar. Come with any questions, any comments, anything you guys are doing during the week. It's shout out time. So, what's up, Dirty? Shout out to Dirty, Tyler Johnson, Matthew Tempestoso Action Films Productions, Tyler Johnson, Chris Balenza, Salem Blue. Who else we got here? William Woods, W Squared, what's up? George Morris, Monster Palmer, Kenneth Triplett, Nikki Nicole. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Kelly Benton, Sharon Jackson. Always a pleasure, Sharon. Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Lindsay Luke, what's going on? Street Boy J. Now, my screen's just blowing up right now. Maboon. I can't even read it this fast. I have to wait till it slows down. Bluegrass Me. Bruce Robert. Maria Verdugo. Bye. Hopefully one day I can teach a Walking Dead class if you sign up for it. Kelly Hughes. Howell Cobb. Muse. Pleasure. Thank you for being here. Who else we got? If I were giving you a shout out. Come on, guys. Don't spam me. 44. What's up? Frank Didato. Wow. You guys are killing me here. Derek Roberts TV. If I don't catch you on a shout out, when the video goes live, jump over there and I'll catch up to you guys then. Carmen Trance, working on the t-shirts. I'll get back to you on that. Sean Cobras, thank you for your comments. Appreciate your contribution to the chat. Luke Flames, Alexandria Bates, thank you for being here. Six Side Sports, always a pleasure as well too. Anime Random, Nick Black, what's going on? Michelle M. Stacks, the box breaker beat boxer from New York, what's going on? The ETZ Mom, Ryan Moore, what's up, Ryan? Alana, I always struggle with your last name. That's why I don't throw it out there. Jill, good to see you. Kelly, thank you for joining here too. Go Lawns in here. You better believe it. Let's do it. And who else we got? Daniel Ivan, Eric Calburn. I'm sticking around now. Joshua Fett. I'm catching up on a few more people here. The Chronic. See, the Chronic knows. He puts the shout-out request at the very end. Nikki Weaver, thank you for being here. Weird Walking Dead Theories, always a pleasure. BMX Dream, good to see you as well, too. And Jill, I'm going to try to do your last name one more time. Lynn Salado, I'm going for it. And I think we called everybody. If I didn't, I will talk to you all soon. Thanks once again. Peace out, everybody.